What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. The court systems in our country are inexplicably and irredeemably broken. It's time for some naked justice in this country once again. My God, that is not what I'm talking about. No, please, no. The nudes of the Trump judge have leaked. Please, God, no. This is not what I was looking for. No, 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 no. Judge Nudie is what Jesse Waters is calling him. This is the creepy, deeply gross, yellow-toothed, just degenerate judge inside of Trump's $250 million civil fraud case that apparently has had his nudes leaked, even though he's 74 years old. Judge Arthur Egan appeared to have a torso photo in the bathroom of a gym wearing no clothes that he put up on a Wheatley School Alumni Association newsletter, according to the website. So he put bonus torso photo he put up on a public newsletter. This is the comparison side by side, and people are saying that this is the this absolutely is the photo of the judge, and that this judge is a complete and total creepy, half-naked perv who posts photos of himself naked on his high school alumni newsletter. I'm glad that this person is overseeing the case that could potentially liquidate the entire Trump organization in New York. Let this be a lesson for all of us. Don't do business in a city run by evil communists and Marxists who hate you and who hate America. This has been covered, by the way, by Jesse Waters, who I think does a great program at Fox. And so in case you're wondering, if you need substantiation, check this out.
So honorable Manhattan Judge Arthur Engeron. You remember the taxi-driving hippie drummer with hair wilder than Bernie's? Smiling into the camera like he's been cast in an 80s courtroom sitcom? Remember when we warned you that drummers are always the crazy ones? Should have listened. There's more than meets the eye with this goofy judge. Literally. We've found out today that this judge runs a high school alumni newsletter. If you graduated from Whitley and you're interested in attending your class reunion, the judge has you covered. But that's the only thing the judge covers. This is Trump's judge sharing your run-of-the-mill bonus torso photo. Primetime did our due diligence because we respect privacy. Our crack producers compared and contrasted other shirtless photos of the judge that were also circulating online, the Pics and the abs checkout. And it wasn't just one shirtless bathroom selfie. Judge Nudie, not to be confused with Judge Judy, posted another one. We've asked the judge, what are you doing? And please tell us we're wrong. We'll let you know what he says. But again, this is Judge Nudie's newsletter. If he's posting some other man's nude bathroom selfie, I don't know if that makes it better or worse. Plus, circumstantial evidence leads us to believe that, yes, this is Judge Judy's bare chest. Because the judge has a new workout routine. There he is with his gym buddy. I guess they spot each other. Judge Nudie has the right to express himself in any way he wants. We don't judge. But he does. The nude bathroom selfie-sharing former drummer gets to decide whether Donald Trump's real estate empire lives or dies. You can't take this man seriously. Men like this can't have the unilateral power to nuke the president's business license because a racist prosecutor asked him to. The man's a joke. If anybody should be hit with a gag order, it's Judge Nudie.
So Judge Nudie, I absolutely love that. I'm going to steal that. Well done, Jesse Waters. This is one of the very many problems that are now stacking up for this absolute lunatic judge. Complaint calls for a judge in New York trial to be disbarred. Excessive political donations. This is the clerk for the judge, the top clerk for New York Judge Arthur Egan. Allison Greenfield appears to have violated judicial rules preventing officers of the court from making excessive political donations, Breitbart has learned. This is interesting. What's more, it fears that Egan was advised of Greenfield's violation in a 72-page complaint addressed to his court via email. And that was also filed with the New York State Bar Association the same day he decided to issue a gag order on President Trump. So now he's charged Donald Trump. He's fined Trump $15,000 for violating that gag order, even though these complaints are beginning to pile up and are piling up like quite a bit. Judge Arthur Egan concealing Allison Greenfield's bias and misconduct. Judge Arthur Egan issued a gag order against President Trump to conceal ongoing ethics violations and misconduct by principal law clerk Allison Greenfield. The letter below shows during the pendency of the People versus Trump, Allison Greenfield engaged in unethical partisan Democrat activities. Her Instagram posts, where she screenshotted before she set her account to private, show that she is not only ran for office as a Democrat during the pendency of People versus Trump, but that she also canvassed, campaigned, and petitioned for Democrat candidates like Chuck Schumer, Representative Maloney, and Representative Jerry Nadler. Justice Egan should be investigated and removed from the bench. Allison Greenfield should be disbarred for unethical conduct. You're not allowed to do this kind of stuff when you're overseeing trials. I mean, obviously, you're not allowed to do this kind of stuff when you're engaging in the politics of this, but this is all politics. I mean, obviously. It is all politics. They are going after Trump based, obviously, on the fact that he is the front runner for president. Judge Egan's wife, by the way, is a absolute and total lunatic online. Judge Egan's wife posts stuff like this of Trump. These are the screenshots of her account, allegedly. Check this out. Wife of New York judge in civil fraud case. Trump has been attacking Trump on social media, saying that she's posting all these like anti-Trump memes. So this is psychotic. Of course, these people are going to then like come after Donald Trump, try and take out his presidential campaign. Stefanik hits Trump New York trial judge for complaints over bizarre behavior and bias. Elise Stefanik is a congresswoman from New York, and a very powerful one at that. And she says that this man is engaging in massive ethics violations. We'll see what happens. But the worst thing that I've seen from this guy, and here's Stefanik saying it in public: I just filed a judicial complaint against Judge Arthur Egan for his inappropriate bias and judicial intemperance in New York's disgraceful lawsuit against Donald Trump and the Trump Organization. Americans sick and tired of the blatant corruption and radical left judges in New York. All New Yorkers must speak out. They should. It's New Yorkers who would suffer if they liquidated Trump's business. I mean, he employs hundreds or thousands of people in New York. But the worst thing I've seen on this judge is in clips. He straight up says, like, if the jury says something I don't like, I'm just going to overrule them in a summary judgment. Jesse Waters back at it with an incredible takedown here. Watch.
Every case against Trump collapses upon scrutiny. Remember, just like we found out the foreman in Georgia who was a giggly Wiccan, just like we found out Alvin Bragg charged Trump with paying a woman to affect an election he'd already won, just like we found Trump had documents locked in Mar-a-Lago while Biden had them strewed all across Chinatown. This fraud case, just as goofy. The judge in the Trump case is a boisterous Vietnam War protester who also drove a taxi. Quote, I loved the freedom, the instant cash, getting to meet people, learning how to drive like a maniac without being caught. The honorable judge was also a drummer in a bar band, and we know drummers are the crazy ones. His teeth are as yellow as a school bus, and his hair is wilder than Bernie's. The judge smiles at the camera like he's starring in a sitcom. And he also brags about not following the law. Listen.
Now, I'm going to say something controversial, even though I'm being taped. Juries get it wrong a lot. I've had situations where, like, oh, my heaven's sake, how could they have thought that? Well, I have a tool that I can deal with that. I can say, there is no possible way that a reasonable jury would have reached that conclusion. Am I following the law or am I making law? Okay, I'm following law. I'm an impartial referee, but it's hard to factor out my own emotions. And I have tools. Somebody can say, well, Your Honor, you have to throw out this case because it's just like another case. Well, is it just like another case? What if the defendant was wearing a red sweater instead of a blue sweater?
No, I like it. So Trump's taxi driving, war protesting judge with teeth like candy corn is confessing he rigs cases and is driven by emotion, not precedent. The man's drunk on power and thinks he's above the law.
Yeah, I think we should have absolute immunity. We're just doing a job. We're all human. I've made, I think, 5,000 decisions, the last count. Written decisions, not to mention at a trial where you snap decisions. Yeah, we should have absolute immunity. What if we defame somebody? That's how it usually comes up. You know, you call somebody a murderer or a heroin addict, that sort of thing, a pedophile. And if it's done in court, yeah, I think we should have absolute immunity.
My co-host, Judge Jeanine Pirro, joins us. When you hear a judge talk like that,
I'm stunned. I'm stunned. When this guy says it's hard to factor out the emotions, Judge, that's what you do. And if you can't do that, you don't belong on the bench. And I got to tell you, right from the get-go, what he liked about being a cabbie was the instant cash. And now he's dealing with Donald Trump's financial issues. And he liked being able to drive like a maniac and not getting caught. Look, as a judge, there are certain standards you have to abide by, Jesse. And the thing that made me crazy, even crazier than all this, is when he said that in defending Letitia James' prosecution of Donald Trump, albeit a civil case, he said, well, you know, he's just a bad guy that she should go after. That by itself is enough for this judge to be removed from the case. Because according to the administrative rules of the unified court system and the uniform rule of trial courts in New York, Judge, you cannot sit on a case where you have a personal bias or a prejudice concerning a party. And if saying this is a bad guy that should be gone after isn't prejudice, then I don't know what is. He doesn't belong in this case. And let me go one step further.
You go.
How about the incompetence of his not knowing what was beyond the statute of limitations? Right. The inability to be able to assess the facts. Forget your emotions. Like when you deal with the facts, you can't figure out what is barred by the statute of limitations. Are you stupid?
So he just hit Trump with a gag order because his clerk was in a photo with Chuck Schumer. Trump said this was Schumer's girlfriend, and now Trump's not allowed to say anything about anybody in the court. Is that fair play?
You know what I think is the most interesting about that? That Chuck Schumer didn't answer the question, did he, Jesse? And I'll leave it at that.
Okay, we don't know if he's dating the woman or not, but I don't know. A gag order, Trump's going to break it.
You think?